Hello again, guys. I want to do a review of my wife's 2013 Honda PCX150. I know the 2015s and the 2016s are out now. There's really just subtle differences, so I'll try to point those out as I go along. Okay, starting out, we have 14-inch wheel on the front. We have the big headlight display, but the turn signals are the stalks, so the real turn signals up here on the top of the headlights, they don't work. On the overseas models, that's where the turn signals would be, but not on the US versions. Now the windscreen it comes with is like a fly screen. It's dark black and it barely comes up over the dashboard. So we opted for a Jivy ST series. It's high enough you can see over, and you get a higher one that you can't see over, but it's hard when you're always looking through it. So it's a good height. Does real good for wind protection. Walk around here. It's a disc brake on the front wheel. Now it's not a full step through, but you can still get on it pretty easily. You have the flat floorboard on the side, but it doesn't go all the way up, so you can't really stretch your legs out really a lot, but as long as you're not really tall, it really doesn't feel cramped. Here's a flip out thing that all Honda Scoots have for the passengers, which works out really well. There's the new ESP engine. It's a 153cc 4-stroke single, makes 13.5 horsepower. They redid it for better gas mileage. It does really well. She gets probably low 100s most of the time per gallon. So it's really good. Coming around here, back wheel's also a 14-inch. The tail light's the same as the headlights. The turn signals are on the stalks instead of on the tail light display. Have another big, large tailpipe. The twin shocks. Let's walk up here to the controls. The dashboard's pretty basic. You have your turn signal lights, your speedometer, your headlights, your temperature gauge, your check engine light, and the darkened spot where you can't see yet. When I turn the key on, you will. That's a digital fuel gauge. Now the 2013 model didn't come with a clock. I think the 2015 and 2016 they did add a clock. But we went ahead and just added a handlebar clock. It was less than $100 and it works out fine. Now your control is pretty much in the same spot as most scooters. You have your lights and horn and turn signals on the left, along with your rear brake and part of the front. And the right is the front brake and part of the rear. Your stop, or your turn off, I can't even talk. Your on off switch and your start button. Now the key is pretty similar too. You can turn it all the way backwards to lock the steering wheel, like all Scoots do. Now you can turn it, I don't know if you can see it or not. It says off lock, open, shut. It also has one of those. Let's do one at a time here. It turns to the opener, which is the first switch. Now you got a fuel door and a seat door over here. So I'll hit the fuel. The fuel door pops up. And there's your gas cap in there. So 1.6 gallon tank. The 2015s and the 2016s, they moved up to 2.1. So there's a little bit bigger fuel tank on the newer ones. Shut that. Now the seat, before I open it, the standard seat had a hump like halfway back, and a lot of people complained about it. It was on the 2011 and the 2013 model. The 2015 and the 2016, they redid the seat, so the hump's gone. What we did, we just took the hump off. It just was on by a couple bolts. And then she bought a seat cover from Cheeky Seats. It's a fake leather, all waterproof, and it's worked out really well for her. Let me open the seat here. So I hit the seat button. It brings the seat up. Now as you can see, she's got her helmet in there, so it does fit a full face helmet. And there's a little bit of room behind it and there's a little bit of room on top of it where she keeps her owner's manual. Now there's also a helmet hook here in the front, so you can hang your helmet off of that and use all the storage space for other things. So it still has a pretty good amount of storage. We really haven't run into trouble where we need a top case or anything. So it's worked out for us. Let me shut that. There's also one little glove box up here. Doesn't lock, but you can fit little things in it. You should have like an iron bomb patch that's in there now. But you can put your wallet and keys and whatever else you want to put in there, but I wouldn't put anything valuable in there since you can't lock it. But it does look like it's part of the body, so unless you knew it was there, you probably wouldn't even think it was a glove box. Let me start it up for you. Now the cool thing about the PCX is it really amazes me still is there's no starter. It just comes right to life. Walk around here and give it a couple revs. Go ahead and shut that off. Oh, before I shut it off, I'll show you that. There's your digital fuel gauge and your odometer. It also has a tripometer. You can push the black button over here. And the bars, as each bar goes down, of course you get closer to empty. Once you have one bar left and it blinks, you have approximately like 0.8 gallons left. So it tells you when you need to get to the gas station, you know, unless you go before. So that works out well too. Let me shut this off. So that's mainly about it. Like I said, the only difference between this model and the newer models, of course they redid the seat. The gas tank's a little bit bigger. The wheels are the same. They did integrate the turn signals now, so the stalks are gone. But I actually like the look of the headlights better on the 13 model than the 15 and 16. And everything else is pretty much the same. The engine's the same, but I've heard from people that they retuned it so it's actually 3 miles an hour slower than what the 2013 model is. So, but it's a great bike and you can't go wrong with really any year you get. You know, I had a 125 for a few years and I mean it did just as great as the 150. I mean it was a little bit slower, but I think it still topped out at 63, where this one goes, you know, close to 70, about 68 I think. So there you have it, 2013 PCX 150. Thanks for watching.